You're thinking I've been better off without you by my side. But baby, this season I don't want another pouring in July. You would think that I'll get better now, but I'm not. 'Cause I don't have you. Yeah. You would think that I'll get better now, but I'm not. 'Cause I don't have you. Yeah. Come back to the world. Come back to the world. Baby, back to my world. Come back to the 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 world. Baby, back to my world. Yeah. And I still remember the way you touching and touch my way. And since last December, I discovered that no one can take your place. You'll be thinking that I'm better now, tonight. 'Cause I don't have you. No, I don't. You'll be thinking that I'm better now, baby. 'Cause I don't have you, baby. Come back to the world. Yeah, baby. Come back to the world. Come back to my world. Come back for me. Come back to the world. Come back to the world. Come back to my world. Yeah. And when the night is lonely, I think of one moment, singing I was. Yeah, every feeling was again. I know that we can never do anything. Bring it on. Come back to come back to
T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness, and that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in B-flat because I feel like I'm about to go there. Oh, I feel my hip coming up.
Ooh, good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. It is Sunday, October 15th, a day after the show. What is going on? Okay, gotcha. A day after my show. Listen, y'all, I just wanted to come on just to kind of chop it up with y'all a little bit, just to kind of give y'all just, just a little bit, not too much this morning, just a little bit. So Let me make sure I got this right. What's our topic, y'all? What's our topic? Somebody remind me the topic I put in. A change is coming. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. A change is coming. You guys, listen. I'm trying to make sure I say this in the most professional way. I now see why come on, Jasmine, say it right, sugar, say it right. I now see why those that charge per dancer fees for let me back it up, because I had a conversation with my judges yesterday, and it's a shame that our white counterparts that in my opinion, their competitions of entertainment value is not as entertaining as Majorette. However, they are able to charge per dancer fees, and people are perfectly okay with paying for them. Not that it's probably an issue, because I do know there are several competitions out there that do charge per dancer fees, but I now understand. And then they don't give out any type of money. They don't. The only thing you guys are getting for the most part is, I think you might get medals, banners. Some may even give trophies, but I'm trying to make sure that I put this as politically correct as I possibly can. Our white counterparts can charge per dancer registration fees for these competitions, and they don't give out probably anywhere near. No, I'm not going to say that. Bottom line is, it's over for the team registrations. I'm over team registrations. And I say that to say, a lot of times, and I'm getting to my point, a lot of times these parents that are a part of these dance teams do not give a damn about what registration fees that the coaches paid out. Majority of the time that registrations are paid, they are paid by the coach or the director of the team. Why? Because the coach or the director of the team wants to do the show, obviously. So there's really no tangible anything tangible for the parents, versus the coach going to a competition that requires per dancer fees. So now you have switched the narrative onto the parent, for the parent to be responsible, that if their child wants to register, or if their child wants to dance at that particular competition, that it's pretty much like a guaranteed deposit. $25, you're telling me that your child just made cuts. $25 telling me that you're going to do everything you possibly can to make sure that you and your child is attending that competition, versus a competition that has a team registration of 100, 125, 150, or like me, 200, 250. Majority of the times, those team registrations comes out of the coach's pockets. Now, I'm getting to my point. Somebody said, Jasmine, what's your point on this Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, wherever you may be at? My point is, it is time out doing team registrations. When I sat down, and a lot of y'all may not do this, when you sit down with your staff and you actually have a notebook, something sort of like this. I have a notebook, okay? Every show, I'll go in my notebook and I write down my expenses, and I write down my expenses, and I also write down what my take-in was profit-wise. If the profit is not giving you your expenses back, and then also having you make a profit, there's a problem. Your profit must be more in this, especially in our dance community. And I'm not telling y'all something that y'all don't know, but I feel like some people need to be educated, especially when it comes down to competitions. And I said it at my competition yesterday. I said, let me talk to the parents. I got on the mic and I talked to the parents. Let me get a mic. I talked to the parents. I said, parents, listen. I said, it's all fun and dandy. I'm talking into the mic now. This ain't the mic I use yesterday. I'm talking into the mic. Parents, y'all spend all this money coming to the competitions, right? They was talking back to me. They was like, yeah, Lady Jazz. I said, okay. I said, so guess what? The coach would not have a team to take to a competition if it wasn't for parents like y'all that, number one, took off of work, number two, invested in the child, wherever that may be, whether that be uniforms, whether that be travel costs. They have invested. Fundraising fees don't always take care of everything that the child needs. I'm going somewhere with this, so y'all stay with me. So if you telling me that the parents has some type of leeway or say so, because their child is a part of the organization, right? Are y'all listening? Y'all need to start on your own vetting these competitions. That's what I said. I said, vet these competitions. I said, not only do you vet the competition, you look up the person hosting the show. Because at the end of the day, it is the coach's responsibility to do that on their own. If the coach pulls out a competition out there behind and y'all never heard of it, y'all never heard of the person throwing the competition, it's a red flag. So why are y'all going to waste y'all time, y'all money, y'all efforts trying to get your child ready for a competition that's not worth y'all going to? Again, this is y'all money, parents. You may not even have all your kids on the dance team. You may just have one child on the dance team, but you have 3 other children that you have to make. You have to make sure you make sacrifices for that one child. You got to make sacrifices for that one child that is a part of the dance team to go and support that one child. But you have 2 and 3 other children that you must still also support as well. Whether that be football, whether that be basketball, whether that be softball, whether that be soccer. You parents have to, and this is for y'all. Y'all have to start taking initiative on your own. Y'all don't do nothing anyway but talk to the parents on the phone after practice, during practice, and before practice. So take that time while y'all talking on the phone, parents, to be looking up these people that's on these shows. Everybody that's charging them per dancer registration ain't got no business having a show. I said it. I said some of them just trying to look for an early tax refund check. And all of y'all are they dependents. Y'all got to realize when y'all go and these coaches take y'all to these competitions, y'all are my dependents. Y'all want to be crystal clear about it, because y'all are paying for the competition. But why pay for a shitty show? Now, I haven't gotten any stories about any competitions this weekend. I'm just saying what's on my spirit and what's on my heart to say. Yes, ma'am. Most definitely. That one thing about it. Most definitely. What's this? Most definitely. Why am I not getting my comments over here? I don't know why I'm not getting my comments over here. Most definitely. Quality events require funds. So I say this to say, when you talk about spending money on your DJ, my DJ comes out to be about a good $1,200 to $1,500, depending on the event. That's my DJ. That's for his services. That's for one day. That's his services. Okay. I'm having to pay for my DJ's hotel. I'm having to pay for my DJ's rental because he travels everywhere I go to travel with the speakers. I'm having to pay for the speakers that he rented. I'm having to pay for his services. Judges, having to pay for their hotel, having to pay for their booking fees. In some instances, have to pay for their flights when we go out of town. That's why I've cut my judges down to 3 judges. I'm not having a whole bunch of judges on my show. So where does those funds come from, you guys, when it's just per team registration? Where does those fees come from? If you telling me that off the rip, let's do the calculation. Y'all know I got my calculator. I see it. I got my calculator. Let's do the calculation. So you telling me, let's take my show for instance. Venue, off rip, venue, $2,000. That's the venue. Plus DJ. I paid about a good one. Hold on. Let me do that again. Venue, $2,000. DJ was $150 plus $120, 56, $1,170. Okay. Judges. Let me make sure I have this right. I just want to make sure I have this right, y'all. I want to give y'all the most accurate. I want to give y'all the most accurate. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we're gonna say judges $500 total. It was 3. Okay. I'm already at $36.70. That's for the judges, the DJ, the venue. Well, what about trophies, Jasmine? Well, my trophies this time was $886 because I had 2 divisions. Also with team, and we're gonna talk about these team dropouts too. We're gonna talk about these team dropouts too. Okay. Plus, trophies was $860. Do y'all have $4,500 ahead of time? Do y'all have $4,500 ahead of time? I buy team gifts, venue, anything my teams and coaches need to make event run smooth, which includes judges, paperwork, badges, wristbands, hotels, trophies, banners, etc. I want huge everything. One thing about it. So I just quoted y'all, and this is a minimum. This is just for a one-day event for my expenses. I think that's pretty good. But some people don't see that. And then let me add this: $1,000 was given out for cash prize. So let me not forget that. $1,000. $5,530. Now, ticket wise, $55.30 is what it costs to me up front. $55.30. That's the upfront expenses, right? I had 6 teams. $125, right? That's the team registration. 125 times 6. That's $750. Oh, thank you. Clayton County Police Department. They got to invoice me, but they were $45 an hour. That's how much they cost off duty. And that's for 2. So that's about an additional $700. So that's $700 that I had to pay for the police officers alone just ate up the registration fees of $750. It was 6 teams. Yes, we had dropouts. We had 3 dropouts. But guess what? I didn't charge the teams that filled their spot in for additional registration. I just pretty much told them the registration was paid for. And out of them 4 teams that dropped out, 3 teams that dropped out, I only was able to fulfill one slot. So I say this to say, we got to go ahead and start putting forth more effort. What do you mean more effort, Jasmine? I mean, if you are a team, if you are a host of a show, right, and you see what you're putting in, and if you see yourself putting out more than what you're getting back, that's not a good business move. The math got to math. It's got to make sense. It's got to be. Now, let me tell y'all, for the 6 teams that was there yesterday at the competition, they had the entire backside packed. So we definitely made back what we spent, probably plus an additional $4,000 profit. But guess what? That gets ate up again because I have to also take some of that and invest it, or if not all of it, invest it in the next show in February. So I'm already gauging. Am I helping y'all? I'm already gauging my where the money's going to. I'm not going out spending and splurging the money on bullshit. You got to spend money to make money. But I want to talk to y'all teams out there too, because what I don't understand, coaches. And like I said, that's why I have had several conversations with Diana. Okay? Several conversations. And I understand why she do what she do. Because when it's all said and done, you got to sit there and look at that paper, and you got to sit there and see, was this show worth my time, my efforts, my money? Because, you got to spend money before you make money. Is it worth it? Is my efforts to make sure that I'm producing a quality competition worth what I'm getting back? Okay, we got to make some changes now. So I'm making a public service announcement to everybody. It's Showtime Productions is going into a whole nother way. It's Showtime Productions will no longer be charging team registration fees. There will be per dancer registration fees. And for right now, the per dancer registration fees are $25 per dancer. I do not care if you have 100 kids on your team. Get the cutting. Just because you have a 100 man team or a 200 man team or woman team does not mean you got to bring all 200 women. Have cuts. Have those that you know for a fact that you want to bring your heavies out. Y'all can see clearly in my show, all the teams did a fabulous job. They did an amazing job. But sometimes I notice that people feel like if they have a huge team, that's going to be automatic win. You spot more mistakes, and y'all know this already. You spot more mistakes when you have a huge team versus when you have a team of maybe like 15 to 20 girls. You don't have to put your whole team out on the floor. Pick from your minis, pick from your juniors, pick from your seniors. Put the baddest ones that's going to give y'all what needs to be given on the floor. Put them on the floor. Have the other ones do other categories. But again, I cannot constantly keep looking at my notepad, my handy-dandy notebook. I cannot keep looking at this handy-dandy notebook and feeling like what I just did was not worth it. Yes, ma'am. If you want to attend a good show, you must pay the cost. Simple as that. And see, the thing about this too is, coaches, we have to know that let me back it up. Let me back it up. When we do per dancer fees, okay, when y'all go to studio competitions, some people may not know about studio competitions. So I'm not gonna say everybody, but when you go to a white counterparts studio competition where they got solos, where they have group numbers, they got small numbers, they got large numbers, they got all of that. You're paying a per dancer fee. I was told that if you are a solo act, you pay more than what the other ones pay for. Solo act, you might pay $65 for that child or $100 for that child, just for that child to showcase a solo act. But guess what that child gets? A trophy or a medal. That's it. So it also comes down to, are we doing this for our children? Or are we doing this for the parents? Are we doing this for the coaches? What I also noticed is this is also too, when you got team registrations, right? And you got coaches that probably are out here really doing dance and having dance teams for the wrong reason. What I noticed is the reason why they get so angry and fight is because, number one, they probably was counting on whatever prize money you was given to pay for some type of bill. Now, it's not been noted, but when I sit back and listen, I'm like, why do people become so angry about a piece of trophy? There's money on the line. And 80% of the time, the money doesn't go back to the team. It goes back to the coach or coaches. So, and then the parents too. If the parents go to a competition and the parents don't like the results, the parents get upset, they angry, they start talking mess. Why? Because the parents feel like they wasted their time and their money. But parents, what you get mad at the people for, if they have a messed up show, they have a messed up show. But it was your responsibility to vet that show. It was your responsibility to also vet that person thrown on the show. It was also your responsibility to bring any type of grievances to your coach or director to say, hey, I don't think this is a good move for our team. Now it's ultimately up to the coach's decision if they would still want to take the team or not, but then that's your decision if you want your child to remain on the team or not. It all plays a key factor. It all plays a key factor in when we talking about hosting, not only hosting shows, but also having teams. I cannot take another. And yesterday was not a loss. Don't get me wrong. Let me back it up, because it was a beautiful turnout. It was a beautiful turnout. It was a beautiful turnout. I enjoyed the show. Everybody enjoyed the show thoroughly. But when I sit and look at expenses and look at finances and look at what I've spent and look at all this other stuff, it really still is not making sense to me. There has to be some type of change. Everybody, and I've said this before to you guys, everybody's not meant to throw in a competition. Everybody's not meant to host a show. There are so many shows out there. It's ridiculous. Like I said, it's more shows than it's damn near dance teams at this point. But guess what? They can't have a show if they don't have teams. They can't constantly keep hosting competitions if they don't have teams registered for that show. To me personally, honestly, I when I first heard about the per dancer fees that people was on, I was like, ain't that greedy? Like, I was a skeptical one. I was like, that's greedy. Like, why would they, if it's supposed to be for the kids, why they want to do that? Why they want to, like, but then I start thinking about it. Just because you got 60 and 70 girls on your team, that don't mean that you're going to have 60, 70, or even 100 parents come and support them kids. Just because you got 60, 70 girls on your team does not mean their parents is coming to support that show. Mind you, like I just said, there's parents that have multiple children on the dance line. I mean, in their family. So just because you have one dancer does not mean they're going to bring their parents. They still got to pay for other kids. So how do we bridge that? I tell you how we bridge that. The fees definitely, yes, ma'am. The fees definitely have a purpose. The fees' purpose is beautiful venues. You're not in a sweat box. That's the biggest issue that we hear. Oh, they got us in a doggone heat box. It's too many teams. It's too many people here. Greedy. The host of the show thought more of getting a rundown building so where they could just have a show versus them following through with a venue that actually costs a little bit of coin to make sure everybody is comfortable. Great. That's called, when you talk about it, let's talk about people being greedy. Okay? I damn sure ain't greedy. On top of that, so now let me tell y'all this. Y'all know I'm transparent. I'm 100% transparent. And I'm not going to dog them. But I do have an issue with this. Y'all know when y'all come to my shows, especially when I have met at the ballrooms, I don't have concessions. I just don't do concessions. Concessions is a whole nother ball game. It's a whole nother event in itself. I don't do concessions. Concessions to me is more time than what it's worth. So what did I do? I actually took the time to start offering teams to pay a vendor fee for them to have like 1 or 2 items to where each team can fundraise money at the show that they're coming to support. It's a win-win. But every table sells something different. That way, everybody is pretty much guaranteed to make some type of profit. Okay? I cannot help that you don't have the manpower to make sure you're making money, because baby, to make money, you have to spend money. So if you do not have the manpower to run an actual vending booth, then you might want to rethink your decision. Yesterday, I had a vendor that was upset, and I'm not going to say their name, But those that was at the competition knows what vendor it was. I was getting complaints that the food was nasty. I was getting complaints that the burgers were dry, that the bread was hard and that it was falling apart. The fries were cold. Only thing I did, you guys, was all I did was try to provide a. Now they didn't complain to me; they were complaining about the vendor because they're not a part of my company. They're not a part of my business, so I don't got nothing to do with that. However, you're still at my show vending, so I'm still going to get some type of feedback of who was out there selling to my audience. Okay, the vendor paid $500. They were the only concession out there. They had no competition. Every time I asked about the food to go out there, they said, "Oh, Jasmine, the line is too long," which means you do not have adequate workers to, for one, having someone take the order, two, having someone take the money, three, having someone prep the food, and four, having someone actually cook the food. In order to be able to push them in and push them out, you have to have at least four, if not three, but at least four to be able to work so everybody's able to flow in and flow out. Once the people pay their money, they gonna have to wait for their food anyway. But there was literally people waiting to pay to even order. So they paid $500 for the vending, right? Okay. They have $500 that they pay me to have the entire concession. Wasn't nobody out there in competition with them, nothing. I get a phone call last night from the vendor. Jasmine, we have something to discuss. I was like, well, what's going on? I was like, I saw the people come because I'm sitting in the front. I'm sitting right at the judge's table. So I see the people coming in with boats of fries and boats of them trays of hot dogs and hamburgers. And, I see them coming in. I see them coming in. So I'm just like, okay, mind y'all, the night before, I even told her that I was going to support them by also purchasing food for my staff and for my judges. So she was automatically getting about $60 from me. However, every time I asked, they said, Jasmine, the lines are too long. Well, why is the lines too long? This is why the line was too long. She only had her and another worker working. So you only had two people working, you and another worker. How were you going to make, how were you expecting to make? I was even told that people got tired of waiting in line and they just left. I don't know if they left and came back to the show or if they left and went and got something. I got my money. I got my coin. So whether they left the show and went to go get something and came back, that's their business. They had a wristband. So she calls me and she says, Jasmine, we need to discuss some things. I said, well, sure. I said, how did y'all do? Y'all know me. I'm really, really, I'm poker face. I was like, well, how did you do? I was like, because I saw the line under the people waiting in line. Y'all know me. The people was waiting in line for the food. So I'm assuming y'all made good. She was like, well, first, this is what she said. Now, this is how I know y'all add this up because we're going to add it up on the calculator. Oh, Look, Jasmine, what you say? Jasmine Russell said the food was not good. No seasoning, no nothing. Whoop. Jasmine, you was there and you said there was no food. It was very long and the food looked not good. So I declined and got out of the line. Ooh. So it's a learning lesson for me. That's just not someone that I want to have in my vegan, because I would have rather had somebody make a pork chop, fried chicken, even chicken wings. Y'all could have made out better if y'all would have did chicken wings and fries. But let me get to the story. So she called me last night after the event. She said, we didn't even see you the whole time. I said, well, there was no way for me to get up to come and see y'all. I said, the line was too long and I'm running the show. So I can't leave my show hosting to come and see what's going on with y'all. I barely get my ass up to the front admission table to make sure everything is copacetic, whatever case may be, the flow of things. I was also helping run the front as well because, again, I cut back. I cut back on staffing. Shout out to Miss Tawana. Now, let me tell y'all, those that know Miss Tawana has some really good lemonade. She has adult lemonades and she has non-adult lemonade. She has special lemonade And she has non-special lemonades. Now, y'all take it for what it is. I ain't never had a special lemonade. I don't know what's in it. All I know is she says it's special. I don't know what it is. I don't know what special is. But she has some lemonades that was obviously special. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I'm saying I had me a lemonade. How the hell did Miss Tawana sell out of lemonade? The only thing she sold was lemonade pouches. Her line. She had a line. But guess what? She was moving them things out like cattle. I don't know what type of lemonade it was. She just said it was a special lemonade. That's what she told me. I don't know what it was in it. I just she had several different flavors. I had like a tropical mango. I had a tropical mango. Mine was good, but you know, I don't. She just gave it to me, so you know. But again, no. To my recollection, it's just she just calls it special lemonade. So that's only I can say. But anyway, but mine did not have liquor in it. So if that tells y'all something. So, what was I saying, y'all? Damn it, Diana, you throwing me off. So basically, long story short, she calls me and she says that she first said she spent $800, right? She says she spent $800 on food. Now you telling me you spent $800 on hot dogs, hamburgers, hot dog buns, hamburger buns, fries, and you spent what? $800. Then she said, "Oh, well, I spent. We actually spent $1,250 on what? On what? Hold up. You spent $1,250 on what? Okay. I said, okay. I said, well, how much was y'all profit? She said, well, we actually made $2,300. So you guys actually made a profit. You made your money back. And on top of that, you made an additional, because she said she made $2,300 minus $1,250. Oh, she made about $1,050. But I guess she said she had to split that down the middle with her partner. So divided by 2, she only made $525 back. So essentially, she just pretty much made her $500 that she spent back. Essentially what she's saying. So I guess she was feeling like I was going to say, well, you know, I'll give you back some of your money. No, that's not how that works. Had you had adequate enough workers to work your event, y'all would have made more money. But the line, as y'all can see, the people are saying that the line was too long. They were tired of waiting outside. And mind y'all, in the afternoon, it wasn't hot, but it still was a little, you know, the sun was out. People don't want to have to wait in line for 2 workers for food. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. Everything that you guys do at shows, it definitely takes time. Again, I didn't have a vendor. I asked them, did they want to vend? Well, they asked me about my event. And I told them that, you know, I have an event this weekend or whatever you guys want to do. She actually didn't pay me until a day before. She paid me Friday. According to the vendor form, they have to have their money in 72 hours before the event. But again, you know, it is what it is. She paid it. I allowed her to come. Then they asked me, well, what time are we able to set up? Okay. I told them that I will be there at 9:30. I ended up actually getting there about 10:15. Because I had to stop and get some petty cash. So after I left the bank, I got there. That vendor wasn't there, but the lemonade vendor was there at 10:30, setting up. People was already waiting for her to set up. So, because I guess they were thirsty, so they want to go get something to drink. The food wasn't there. She didn't get there. The food vendor didn't get there till about almost 12 o'clock. Mind you, the people are already lined up outside waiting for us to open the doors. We didn't open the doors till 12 o'clock. So with us not opening the doors till 12 o'clock, you had a whole hour that you could have had people at your booth. Make it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to make sense. It's got to make sense. But you telling me that the lemonade lady was able to sell out of her pouches and you didn't sell out of food? And guess what? The lemonade lady only had 2 people working. It was her and her girlfriend working. And then the girlfriend started going to the front and helping wristband up. She was like, "Do y'all need help?" And I was like, "If you want to." She was helping wristband up. My sister was at the door, scanning people's tickets in, taking their money. And she was up there after I left. She was up there wristbanding the people up. Oh, she wasn't there. Oh, well, maybe when she called me at 12, I thought she was there, Jasmine. See, Jasmine said it was after 12 she got there. And mind y'all, the show started at 1. So, I mean, she said it got there after 12. I gave it a benefit out because when I got the phone call, it was about 11:55. It was about 12 o'clock when I got a phone call. She was like, "Well, where are they supposed to park?" So I'm assuming that they're already there. So if they didn't get it until after 12, when y'all just missed literally 2 hours that y'all could have been selling food to the general public. That could have been additional $1,000 if you want to think about it. People, when they sit in line, and then I noticed this. People want to smell food. When you start smelling the food, your stomach and the inside, y'all know it started doing some type of moving around. Like, oh, it smells good out there. You know, your senses pick up on, oh, baby, it smells good outside. I want some food. I didn't smell a stench of food in that gym. I didn't smell a cheeseburger, a hamburger, a hot link, a hot dog. You know, I'm like, you could even sweeten the pot and put some doggone barbecue sauce on the salsa. I didn't smell nothing. So again, for me not to smell nothing, and you still made $2,500, baby, to me, you the dog, you made your coin, baby. But I say this to say, you guys, even with that, I'm trying to lighten the mood. But even with that, I'm saying this to say, we have to go into another direction when it comes to Majorette. We got to. We got to go into another. We have to go into another direction when it comes to Majorette. I cannot. I refuse to keep sacrificing myself, my funds, depleting funds from one business to another to be able to support a business that's supposed to be able to support its own by itself. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong. Yesterday's turnout was amazing. If I had that same turnout in Miami that I had yesterday, baby, and again, I only had 6 teams. I had the same amount of teams I had in my, excuse me, no, I didn't. I only had 5 teams in Miami. I had 6 at this show. And this show was still able to pull in damn near 10,000. So, what are you saying, Jasmine? I'm saying that, like I told him yesterday, y'all need to vet these shows. It is a process. I sit down, especially the way I do it. When I have my lineups, I wish I had a spare lineup. I don't even know if I have one. I knock my lineups down by time. By time. Actually, let me show you, because hopefully this will help somebody out. So I knock my time down total. So when you see this, where is that? This is a full lineup. My lineup is literally knocked down from the time teams check in to floors being walked to our coaches meeting, the doors opening, the show begins and judges intro, the freaking category, first category, second, third, fourth category, intermission. Everything is knocked down in times according to their time slots and according to their time. Yesterday, we was actually, at one point, we was 15 minutes. We were 15 minutes ahead of time. I was busting this show out. Do y'all hear me? I started on time. But it helps keep the flow of the show. You got to learn how to add and subtract too. Yes, ma'am. One thing about it. But this is what makes your show stand out. A lot of people's not going to take the time to do this because a lot of people don't have that busy savviness. A lot of people don't have that. They just do not have the work ethic to be able to put time into actually sitting down and doing this. Not only do I do that, this is just me. I also take the time to do, where is it at? Every team gets one of these. Every team gets, I have to go in and do a certificate of appreciation to every last one of the teams there. That's an additive. That's something that people appreciate. Okay, every team gets one of these. Dressing room, this is a big one. This makes it look so official. I do these. I print these out and laminate these myself. I have a laminator myself, where I actually put the team's name with the flyer on each of the signs. And once they check in and they get assigned to their dressing rooms, these signs, laminated and all, are outside of their dressing rooms. So they, number one, can know what their dressing room is, and if somebody needs to find a dressing room, it's on the front. It's little things like this that makes a big difference of how people look at your show. It's that big difference. Then I go a step further. What's a step further? Hold on, because they love this. Let me see. Let me see if I can find them. Let me see if I can find them. I'm looking. Hold on. I'm trying to find something specific. I thought it was in here. I know it's in here. Oh, these. Every coach gets one of these. This is a coach's badge. Guess what? I put the flyer beside it, put their name, their title, and the team's name, and I asked for pictures of the coaches. These are their badges, laminated, lanyard up, ready for them for check-in. It's little things like this that makes a whole lot of difference when you talk about putting on something as we call professional. A professional show. Now, I'm not doing assigned dressing rooms. We use a shared space. Don't put DD4L on the name on it. Put do not damn. You got to be so damn doggone special, girl. You got my nerves. But I'm just saying, you guys, it's everything is a learning. I'm learning. Again, like I tell you, I'm learning. You still got your 2 badges, Tamika? I'm learning. I'm still young. I'm still good and young. I am learning. But damn it, with me being young, I sure feel like I've been in this motherfucker for ages and ages and ages. Should I've been throwing on step competition since 2007. Stopped for a couple years, then picked it back up and started doing dance competitions. So it's just it's a learning curve for me. But as I'm learning, I'm clearly saying, okay, this is not gonna work. This ain't working. It's not working. It's not working. So again, you guys, I think it's and then also, why spend money going to a competition that's not going to be worth your time, your efforts, your money? Again, parents, y'all have to check. Sometimes y'all have to let y'all coaches know this ain't gonna be a good look for us. We did our research. This ain't a good look for us. This ain't a good look for us. We can't take our kids to this, and y'all know that. But like I said, in 2024, let me tell y'all, baby, and it's already people that, mind y'all, there's already one team. She done paid her per dancer fee. They ready. She the first team to register for New Orleans. They out of California. Send her $350 for her kids right off the bat. Oh, baby, we in there. That's how I know people see your show for what it is. And if they feel like they have a good time, mind you, this team has not even won grand champion at my show. And they've been supporting my show for now 2 years. They place at my show. They get better. You see the growth. I don't want teams at my show feeling like if they don't win grand champion, that they can't keep coming back to push themselves. I don't want teams like that. I don't want teams like that. Yes, ma'am. They're going to pay if it's a good show. If your host is professional, if your host keeps the show going, if your host is interacting with the crowd, if your host is interacting with the kids, if the DJ is on point, all of these things take account when you're talking about a successful show. Did you start on time? Did you have your shit together as a host of the show to make sure that you started on time? People want to do stuff. People have plans after the show. Now, we did get behind. We were supposed to end the show at 5:30. I think the show ended about 6 o'clock. Or maybe we was at awards at like 6 o'clock. We were at awards at 6 o'clock. It was that damn stand battle. I don't know how the hell we was 15 minutes ahead and got 15 minutes behind. But we still made it do what it do. We still made it happen. But as far as in the show starting on time, oh, baby, the show started on time. One thing about it. And we did not take a whole bunch of breaks. We was running through that show. We took one intermission. We took one intermission. A 15-minute intermission. That was it. That was all. So I'm just saying, in 2024, it's definitely going to per dancer fees. I already have, like I said, I already have a team that has paid for their first spot for New Orleans. And I do it like this, you guys. For my competitions, it's first come, first serve. So if you want a good spot on the lineup, you better pay your registration, because I go from bottom to top. The first team that pays usually goes at the end, and then I work my way up. Second team that pay is going to be the second to the last. Third team that pay is going to be the third to the last. I work my way from the bottom to the top. I do the same thing for brackets. I do the same thing for brackets. I do the same thing with my brackets. Oh, these batteries. So I do my same thing for brackets. So I say this to say there is amazing competitions coming up. You know, Diana got hers coming on. I got mine. 2024 is going to be an amazing year. What you going to do? That's the question. What you going to do? What you going to do? Because it's time out going to these rinky-dink competitions. It's time out. Hopefully we will see them there, but we have it's Showtime Live on the Yard February 17th. I have sent out a lot of packets, but I'm only accepting 8 in each division. So we have 8 spots for the pro fights, which are teams 4 years plus. And then we have 8 spots for the neophytes, which is 3 years and under. If we get down to 5 teams each division, it will be open to all categories, and we will take the prize money to the overall. That's how I'm doing it. So if I do not have 8 teams per division, then it's going to be open division. I'm letting y'all know that right now. After we go there, we in New Orleans, Louisiana, March 29th through the 30th. The Southern Louisiana Regionals. We will be in New Orleans, Louisiana, March 29th through the 30th. After March 29th and the 30th, we will be in Dallas, May 10th through the 11th. At the Hyatt Regency Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. Okay? We both have pro divisions and new divisions available. So again, you guys, as I stated to y'all, let's go ahead and get ready. Let's go ahead and get prepared for 2024. It's a new day. It's a brand new day. And I'm not cutting back at all. We're going to make sure that it's going to be worth your time, your effort, your patience, but y'all have to do the work too. So I'm going to catch y'all later. I'm going to relax and finish my Sunday. I just wanted to come on and touch bases with you guys. Let y'all know the show was fabulous. Shout out to the Unique Diamonds of Columbus, Georgia for winning the Neophyte division. And shout out to the Dynamic Pearls of Atlanta, Georgia for winning the Pro Fight division. They danced down yesterday. All the teams did an amazing job. All of the teams did an amazing job. Like I told you guys at awards, it is imperative that you read and apply whatever the judges put on your score sheets. Do not just take your score sheets and be mad. There wasn't nobody mad that I seen yesterday. But take your score sheets, whatever is written on your score sheets, take that, implement whatever they're telling you to implement. If you need to hire them, there's 3 judges that you can hire. Them judges are freelance. They can come and help train your team. They can help come shape up your team. They will take the booking. Every last one of them judges are qualified and well. They have had award-winning teams. Let's make sure that y'all utilize that. Them judges are not there just to judge y'all. They're to help y'all. What's the point of going to a competition if you're behind going to win? Have a good day.
T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in B flat because I feel like I'm about to go there.